So today, guys, we're going to have a question related to the lab exam. This question was given in the final exam in fall 2021, and then a similar question was given in the lab exam in the winter 2022. So this is an important question. As you can see, assume that you have a text file. This text file is called age.txt, and it contains the following: Ali, 22, Muhammad, 25. I used to be 25 at that time. Yahya, 25 also. Ahmad, Hiba, Kim, and blah, blah, blah. So first of all, write a function to read the file and process it into dictionaries. This is one of the important questions. You need to read the file and put it inside a dictionary, and the output should be something like this. So the key is going to be the name, and the value is going to be the number here. Okay, so how do I think about it? I look at this one here. I have a string. So I need to read the first one and put it inside a dictionary. And then I need to read the second one and make it what? And make it the value. So I will pause the video for a little bit now. So I just want you to read this file and put it into a dictionary. That's all what you need to do now. So I hope that you have tried, and it's very easy to put it in a dictionary, but let's assume that assuming that you didn't know or you want to check your answer. So the first thing is that I have created this file. It's called age.txt, and I put in this file the thing that they told me to put here. If you remember these things, Ahmad, blah, 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 and so on. So I put it in this file, and let's continue. So the first thing, what do I need to do? Write a function. Let's say a function. So div, I want a file, let's say to dictionary. And here I'm going to write the file name. Okay, so I'm going to send the file name here, and this is going to open the file, and it's going to process it and put it inside a dictionary. Okay, so how to open a file? If you remember, we have open, and here what do I write? The file name. This is a file name that I have. If I leave it like this, it means that I'm going to open it to read. If I want to write comma W, so I write. If I want to append comma A, and so on. So what do you want? Let's say it's called out file, or whatever you want to name it here. This means that out file now is pointing to the file that you're going to send me. So it opened, but it cannot read it. Okay, it cannot read it right now because I didn't ask to read it. So if now, let's say, after I open the file, what do I need? I need to read from the file. So how to read from the file? So again, let's say txt, I want to write it, I want to read it into a text. So I called it txt, and the name of the file is out file. This is the name dot read. This means that read the whole file and put it inside a txt, and this txt is going to be a string. So this read, if you remember, is going to read everything and put it in a string. So what do I do when I reach this point? I have written two lines. This is actually too much. I should write one line and try my program. So I print the txt. Why I'm doing this? Because I want to make sure that everything is working fine. So now file to dictionary, I tried, and I sent to it my age.txt. Okay, and I should get here a big text that contains everything in the file. So let me check. As you can see, I got everything. So I would be able to read the file and got everything. So what do I need? I need to process it in a dictionary. So I ask myself, what should I do after that? This is what's inside text now. So I need to read this word, the first one, and put it as the key, and then read the second word, not the second character, and put it inside the key. If I try to do this, for example, for I in txt, let's say, print I, what's going to happen now? I is going to be what? I is going to be the first element A, and then the second element L, and then because I is going to be, it's not going to be Ali, 22, Muhammad, 20. It's not going to be like this. It's going to be the individual characters. Okay, let's try this. Let me run this one here, and let me run this one here. So as you can see, this print I if I leave it in this txt, is going to be the first character, the second character, the third character, the space, and so on. But I don't want I don't want this. I want Ali to be a separate word. Okay, what should I do? I should process this txt. What does it mean process? Convert it from a big string into a list, and each element in this list should contain a word, a word, a word. How do I do this? It's very easy. All what I need to do is come here and say txt. Let me call it one, so I can print both of them, and equal to txt dot split dot what dot split. If I leave it like this, it means go wherever there is a space and split this text for me, and this is for a text. Okay, split this text for me, take this as a whole word and put it inside a list as an element. And let me go here and print. That's what I want you to do in the exam, txt2 txt1, and let's see what's going to happen now. Let me get rid of this because I don't need it now, and let me run the file again. So when I run it again, I should expect here it's a string, and as you can see here, I got a string. While here, this txt1, when I print it, I got a list. Inside this list, I have the first element is what is Ali, the second element is what is 22, the third element, and so on. Now, if I try, let me try this. For I in txt1, let's say print I. And let's see what's going to happen. Remember, before we printed A alone, L alone, blah alone, and so on. Look here what's going to happen. Let me call this one here. And when I call it, you see, I have Ali alone, I have 22 alone, I have Muhammad alone, I have, and so on. Okay, so I'm in the right track. So now the problem is not reading from file and put it inside the dictionary. The problem now is I have a list. Go to the first element, make it a key. To the second element, put it as a value. That's it. All what I need. So forget now about file, forget about opening file, forget about in this step. When you reach this step, your problem now is you have txt1, which is a list. You want to put it inside a dictionary. So what do? You start for let's say in range. Why I use in range? Because I want to control the index of this one and the index of this one. So if the index is 0, this one is going to be 1. If I'm here, the index is I, this one is going to be I plus 1. So I need to insert inside the dictionary in a way that I control the indexes, not the elements itself. Okay, so range. So remember what I want to start from 0, and I want to go into the length of this txt1. I called it txt1. And when I insert this element here, I want to go to this element. This is the second key. So if this is 0, this is going to be 2. If this is 2, this is going to be 4. If this is 4, this is going to be 6, and so on. So what do I need here? I need to jump. The step is not one step. Every time I'm going to jump 2 steps. Now, of course, I need to define an empty dictionary. Let's say call it DCT dictionary, for example, and this is an empty dictionary. And here I'm reading I remember, this is actually, I have seen this so many times. I now is just a number, 0, 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's not going to 1, 2. It's going to be 0, 2, 4, 8, 6, 8, and so on, because I'm saying start from 0 and continue till the end of this length of the text and always a jump to. So I now is not Ali, I now is not 22, I is 0. And the second time I is going to be 2. The third time I is going to be 4. The fourth time, okay guys, when I say range, it means I is values. I is a value, not I is an element inside this list that I have. Okay, what do I want? I want, first of all, the dictionary is DCT. I want the key here. What is the key? The key is the first element in the list. What is the first element of the list? What is the name of the list? It's txt1. This is the name of the list. What is the first element? The first element is at I. I want it to be the second element in the list, okay, which is the 22. And let's say because we want the maybe count, or I don't know if we want the count, so we can convert this. As you can see, the 22 is a string. We can convert it into integer and put it inside the dictionary if we want. We put, so the 22, if this is at index I, the 22 is going to be at index I plus 1. So what do I want to do? I want to go to my list, but now not at I, at the chair, the desk number I plus 1. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm looping through this one here, and I'm putting inside the uh, dictionary certain value at a certain key. Let's try now. Let's try one thing. Let's try to print the DCT after we're done with this. Just for fun, let's try what's gonna happen now. So I'm gonna run this here, and let me run this here. So as you can see, I have this, the big string that here, this one here. And what do I have here? Ali, 22. Muhammad, 25. As you can see, 22 is an integer. Muhammad is 25. Yahya is 25. And as you can see, Muhammad is 25. Yahya. But now I have a dictionary that contains all this stuff. Is this clear, guys? So the first part is very easy. As you can see, all what I need is to read. That's how I open a file. I read from a file. This means that I have a big now text inside this one here, because read is going to read everything in the file. Split it, it means that convert it into a list. Split without putting anything here, it means split with a space. If I want to split with a comma, I put something like this, but now I want to use the space to split this one and this one and this one. So split, it means put them in a big list, and each element of these is going to be an element of a list, and then loop through the list and then put them inside a dictionary. And that's it. This is the first part. What about the second part? Let's see what about the second part. Now, when you're done and you have this, write a function is called the realist age that accepts as a parameter the dictionary from the student names, string, and their age as integer, okay, and return the least frequent occurring age, okay. And this is actually the dictionary that we had. And what does this mean? It means that, let's say, Ali 22, okay, Muhammad 25, Yahya 25, 20, 20, 20, 25, 25, 22. Okay, what is the most occurring age? Let's say, how many 20 do we have? For example, we have 1, 2, 3 20s. 25, 1, 2, 3, 4 25. So the most occurring age is 25. What is the least occurring age? I have only 2 people with 25. So it was 22, sorry. So 22 is the least occurring age. That's what does it mean. Okay, rarest age is going to be 22 because it's the least occurring one. So what do I need to do? Now look, what do I need to do? I need to read this value here. And when I read the value, I need to put it inside another dictionary, but this is going to be the key, and the count of this is going to be the value. So 22, the first time I read this 22, do I have in my dictionary, my new dictionary, do I have a 22? No, so I insert it and I put beside it 1. And then I continue reading, oh, I have another 22. When I reach this part here, do I have 22 inside my new dictionary? Yes, I have. So go to that 22 and update the count of 22 and make it equal to 2 instead of 1. You got it? So that's now, I want you to pause this and you read this rarest age. That is going to take a dictionary and return for us the rarest age that we have. Okay? So I'm going to solve this quickly also because I know that I'm running out of time. So remember, this one is going to return the dictionary for us. I'm going to run it again. And I'm going to write another function here. And this function, I'm going to call it define, let's say, rarest underscore age. And again, it's going to take a dictionary. Let me call it D, for example, or DCT, anything you want. Okay, and now what do I need to do? I need to create a new dictionary that counts for me the ages. So I'm going to call it, let's say, counts. Okay, equal. And an empty dictionary, we define it like this. Remember, this is an empty dictionary, not an empty set. If I want to define an empty set, I cannot define it like this. I should write set and put something like this. It means that I'm defining an empty set. But empty dictionary, I can put it like this. And now I'm going to loop through what? Through the DCT. And this one is a typical one. Everyone should know this. This one is a typical one. What does it mean, typical one? You write, for example, 4, and what do you want? Let's say age in We need the age, yes, this one here. And remember, here is the key and here is the value. For age n, the name of this is dct dot values. It means give me all the values in the DCT one by one. The first one is going to be 22, then next time is going to be 25, and so on. So for age, in what do I want? This is count. So count. You know something? Let me write it as this. If age in counts, what does it mean if age in counts? It means that if it's already there, if a 22 is already there, what do I do? If it's already there inside counts, all what I need to do is to go and update this, add 1 to it. So if it's in counts, so I'm going to say counts, go to that age, go to that age and do what? And update it by 1. So I can write plus equal 1. So if it's already, if not, then add it to the new dictionary. Else, it means that add it to the new dictionary and give it a value 1. 22 now, I have only one of it. Okay, so I'm going to write counts age equal 1. This is a traditional way to create a dictionary and put the values inside the dictionary. So till this step, what do you think? Let's you know something? What do? I print. Let me print the dictionary that I have created, just created, and is called what? Is called counts. So here, this one here, the file. So I have run this. Let me run this here. Okay, so I'm going to send it to the dictionary that I'm going to receive from this one here. So let me, it's called rarest 8, I guess. It's called rarest underscore age. And I will got the dictionary that I will receive from this one here. So let me run it. So what do we have here? The rarest age, this one printed for me, this one here, because I didn't delete it. So printed for me this one. Okay, but look here. What do we have? 22, 2, 25, 4, 23. Is this correct? Let me check. We have 3 people with an age 20. We have 4 people with an age 25. We have 2 people with an age 22. And this is correct. That's what I want. So now I have created a dictionary that contains what? The ages and the count of the ages. What is the next step? The next step is, after I'm done with this, what is the next step, guys? Is to go here, and now I need to pick this 22. I need to pick the rarest age. So if you remember, rarest age, it means I need the minimum value here. That's what does it mean. It means the minimum value. The minimum value here is 2, the minimum value here is 4, the minimum value here is 3, the minimum value is 10. What is the minimum value? Pick the minimum value, I don't care. So I have 2, 3, and 4, the minimum value is going to be 2. So how to find a minimum value inside a dictionary? We said that usually what do? We assume that the minimum value is a very big number, and then after that I go through these values and I check these values, and if they are less than the minimum value, then these are the minimum values. So this is the plan. So I will assume here the minimum value is a very big number. So what does it mean? Let's say min underscore count, count, if you remember, count, let's say equal. Do you remember this float? Let's say infinity. It means minimum count is a big number. By the way, I can choose minimum count to be the length of the dictionary plus 1, because I'm sure that no one of these is going to have a number greater than the length of the original dictionary. Okay, because I was counting. By all means, let's assume this here. And the second thing, if you remember, in the question itself, it says that you may not assume anything regarding the pair, but of course you may assume that the age is a non-negative number. So I'm gonna call it here the rarest age, rare underscore age is equal to -1, because I know that it's not going to be equal to -1, so I assume that it's going to be changed inside the loop now. So what do I need to do? I need to loop through the items, and a very easy thing. If the minimum count is less than, if the minimum count is less than the count that I have. So let's look through the dictionary and find the rare age. So what do I do? Now I need the two things. I need the count and I need the age itself. So let's say for age, comma, I'm gonna call it what? Let's say age count. Let's say count. And what is the name of the dictionary that I have? It's called counts. Dot what? Dot item. Okay, I don't want you to get confused. So this is age count in items. Okay, if you got confused, what does this mean? All what I want you to do is when you write something like this, print. What do you print? Print age, comma, and age count. And you will see that when you do something like this, and let's say you run this one here again, and again you run this one here, as you can see what's happening is printing for you. So age is going to be 22, this is the key, and this is the number of times the key has occurred. This is 25 and this is the number how many times. So as you can see, that's what does it mean. So inside age, the first time is going to be the key, inside age count is going to be the 22. Okay, so if you got confused or something, just print and see what's going to happen. So now remember, I'm here. What do I want to do? I want to say if the count, age count, sorry, age underscore count is less than the minimum count. I'm saying that this one is the minimum and I have found a number which is less than the minimum. So what's going to happen after that? The minimum underscore count is going to be equal to the age underscore count. Okay, that's what does it mean. And now this is the minimum count. What is the minimum age? Yeah, rarest age if you want. Or so what do I do? It's inside age, remember? So what do I write? I write the rare underscore age is equal now to what? The age. The age is going to be 22 and this 2. So I got it. So the minimum count is going to be 2, let's say, and the age is going to be what's inside this one here, the key. That's it. All what I need after that, when I'm done with this, return, let's say, the rare age. Okay, guys. So I have returned the rare. Let's try it. Let's get rid of this here, this one here. Let me get rid of it. And let me run this one here. Let me run this one here. Run. And let me go here and let me print this. Let me print the answer that I'm gonna get. Let's say print. And as you can see, this is the rarest age. What if I go and change something in the file? Let me do this. Let me put here, for example, let me put here a 22 and let me put here another 22. Okay, and let me save this one here and let me go to my dictionary. This is inside my dictionary. Let me go to my dictionary and let me delete this one very quickly. Delete this file here. Yes, delete, and let me put the new file. Okay, so I have put the new file. Let me read it. Let me run this one here, and let me run this one here. So as you can see now, the rarest age, as we expected, the rarest age is going to be 25 because I have only 2 people 25, while 3 people 20, and I have like 5 people 22. Okay, guys. So what if he asks you to enter the file name and blah blah blah? Don't get confused. All what you need is, let's say, file underscore name equal input, and you write enter the file name. Okay, you enter the file name, and then what do you do? Let's say dct equal file to dictionary, and you put here the file name that the user has entered. And then after that, what do? You call, for example, rare equal to rarest underscore age, and you send it the dct. And what do you do here? The print the rarest age is, and you print here the rare, and you don't need all this here. Okay, so when I run this, it's gonna ask me to enter the file name. The file name, as I remember, is called age.txt. If it's there, it's gonna give me. If it's not there, it's not going to give me anything. Okay, enter. So as you can see, it's printed the rarest age is 25. Okay, guys, good luck. I'm really sorry. It should be like less than 10 minutes, but as usual, when I want to explain something, I explain it like extensively. By all means, good luck in your exam, and see